feeling of eating something totally unhealthy. It might be fried food, or a giant piece of cake, or perhaps too many pieces of pizza. At the time, it seemed worth it, but now you aren't so sure. I consider myself a healthy eater, but I don't sit around all day eating kale chips and chia seeds as my sole source of energy. I love pizza and macaroni and cheese, and my greatest weakness is any chocolate dessert. I also have times in my life when I'm on vacation or staying in a hotel, and I don't put a single piece of fresh or nutritious food in my body for days on end. But after about day 3, every time, I definitely regret it. This is because our bodies function best when they are fueled the best. So while our appetite might be craving the fettuccine Alfredo, trust me, your body's craving the cobb salad. So I'm going to present to you the facts in an effort to convince you it's important to eat healthfully. First, we'll start with a BMI. According to the CDC, someone who has a BMI under 18.5 is underweight and over 25 is overweight. But that doesn't measure where your mass resides or what your mass is made of. Therefore, it's an imperfect measure of health. Extremely fit and muscular men like bodybuilders, they are basically the definition of healthy. They eat healthily and they work out all the time, yet their BMIs are going to inform them that they're obese. This is because muscle is more dense than fat, and so while they might weigh a lot, they're definitely far from obese. On the other hand, we all know those people that eat everything and anything of their heart's desires and they still look like a stick figure. Their BMIs are informing them that they're healthy, or maybe even that they're underweight, but they may be just as unhealthy as a skinny or as an obese person. So this phenomenon is called skinny fat. Dr. Mark Hyman, a practicing family physician and 9-time #1 New York Times best-selling author, calls it tofu, thin on the outside, fat on the inside. He thought he was eating healthily since he limited his fat intake, but turns out he was overeating ice cream and cookies and pancakes on a regular basis, and so he realized that his diet was not actually healthy. People given the title skinny fat, they don't have sufficient muscle mass because they do not exercise, and additionally their excess consumption of processed foods causes the buildup of visceral fat. Visceral fat is dangerous because it accumulates around abdominal organs and acts like its own organs, which is more dangerous than subcutaneous fat, which is found just under the skin. So, visceral fat will cause metabolic syndrome, which leads to heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. So, while those who are skinny fat don't have high stores of fat, they have stores of the most dangerous kind. While weight and outward appearance they are a big factor in health, it's pretty clear that they're not the only factor. Hopefully now you can understand the importance of eating healthfully, regardless of your outward appearance, so I will tell you the 4 main broad guidelines for a healthy diet given by the CDC. 1. Emphasizing fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fat-free or low-fat milk and milk products. 2. Eating lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, eggs, and nuts. 3. Having a diet low in saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, salt or sodium, and added sugars. And 4. Staying within your allotted calorie count, which is most commonly referred to as 2,000 calories, but it's going to vary based on your size. So those may seem a little bit technical or overwhelming, but I feel confident that you know the general premise of healthy eating. So you want to avoid excess amounts of processed foods, fatty foods, sugary foods, and fried foods, and you want to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and lean meats. It's difficult to eat healthfully, like I'll give that to you. It takes more time to prepare food, it is hard to avoid unhealthy foods, and it's just more expensive. But the easiest way to quickly cut down on your consumption of bad foods is substitutes. This is a good example of substitutes, but some other ones are eating real fruit instead of fruit snacks, or wheat bread and brown rice instead of white bread and white rice, and eating lentil curls or pretzels instead of Cheetos. So here you can see the nutrition facts for lentil curls and Cheetos. The main things you want to look at are calories, and also it's the same serving size, 28 grams. So lentil curls are 30 less calories, which isn't very much, but the big difference here is the fat. So it's 5.5 potatoes are, and also provides you with dietary fiber and more protein. So other substitutes, the main thing is going to be added sugars. That is a big deal in a healthy diet. You want to avoid added sugars. So hopefully you've gained a better understanding of the importance of eating healthfully and a better idea of how to start. Remember, you don't have to make drastic changes and become a vegan or totally cut dessert out of your diet. You just need to start with some substitutes. And if you're interested, you can pick up lentil curls at your local Trader Joe's. Thank you.